Hi guys, Christina here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. It is almost the end of the month. It is almost the end of November. That means it's almost giveaway time. So every month, starting this month, I'm going to give away a one-on-one private tarot reading with me on Zoom. So make sure you are in the community if you want to be a part of that. Anyone who's in the community automatically gets automatically put in the running to win a reading. I am going to give away 2. So make sure you're in there by November 30th. I will announce the winners on December 1st. I'll try to put the community on the screen. Let me know if you can see it. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do our best. All right, here we go. Let's dive into today's reading. All right, spirit guides, come on in. Help me help this beautiful viewer. I'm seeing like a picnic like that plaid, red and white. I don't know if it's a blanket or a tablecloth or a picnic, even like a park. Almost like a city. It's like you live in a city, but there's a park or somewhere quiet you would go. You may like Christmas movies. Or like trail running. Or like hiking, being out in the forest. I'm seeing like trees and a path. Or like a dirt road, like a winding road. Is that a driveway? I can't tell if it's like a hiking trail or something else. Okay. Okay. Let's see what comes out today. Checking in with what comes out immediately. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune already feels like something challenging has been going on in your life. This card, for me, usually, is never really about what it's about. So normally, you might hear other readers say, like, the wheel is now turning in your favor, and I have never once connected that with this card, except for right now. So it kind of feels like you're coming out of something that's been really hard lately. So let's see what that's about. Okay, there may be, you may be in a situationship, a relationship that is confusing. We have the moon. Things are very unclear under the moon. You may live in the south. You may live in a place that, near a body of water. Again, with that like trail though, that like long winding road, that hiking trail that I mentioned. But this kind of relationship or situationship, it almost feels like one party is pulling away and one party wants to have like a real conversation. Like this person's like, and this person's like, what are you doing? What's happening? So there does feel like a different, 2 different dueling energies, right? Runner chaser almost. But it feels like, it's almost like there's like a more mature energy emotionally and a more immature energy, if that makes sense, like childlike almost. Okay. Yeah, someone is like waiting for like someone to reach out. So I'm just getting a general energy of like what's going on, but like there's like a waiting. Like, are they going to reach out? What's happening? Coming out here right with the moon. Waiting for like an offering, some form of like clarity, stability, like what is going on? Also, does my screen feel hazy or is that when I put up yellow? Whoa, do you see that? Oh, it's like adjusting to the light. That's weird. Maybe you can't see that. Okay, what else? Tell me more about this connection. Okay, it feels like one of you was trying to offer this person or someone the world. Like, let me give you everything. Let me be there to support you. Let me help you out. Let me whatever. But they weren't receiving it. Someone wasn't receiving the love or the help, the guidance, it's even like with like compliments. Like, you are so beautiful. They wouldn't receive it. There's something about not receiving. They're busy staying in their, like what they're used to, what they're comfortable with. And then there's a halting of energy. I don't know if you guys were connected. Let me see. Maybe someone was like cut off or blocked or The communication stopped or slowed down. We have the Knight of Pentacles. There is no movement in this horse. There's no moving energy. But it feels upsetting. It feels unexpected. Like it's like kind of like catching my breath, like there were tears over this. Something didn't feel fair or balanced in this. What else? Give me, let's see, 4 more. 4 more. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. I'm seeing like gardens too. Okay. 2 more. Okay. Okay. Someone feels confused about what to do, what decision to make. They don't want to. I wonder if this is you or this person. It kind of feels like both. That blindfold she can take off at any time, but she's keeping herself here in this place that, you know, with those swords up, it's very like protective, like defensive. Feels like almost either party in this connection can be in this place of, do I stay? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I go? Both parties are kind of feeling that, but for different reasons. One feels like it's out of fear. One feels out of like fairness or like an imbalance in some way. Okay, let's go into more specifics. So let's check in with you. Let's check in with your person. Let's check in with your person. So this person that you're here thinking about, like what's going on there? All right, spirit guides, tell me about this person. Roles can always be reversed. There's no right or wrong. I just choose one and roll with it, but it could be the opposite party, okay? Your person. Okay. Boo. Okay. This kind of feels like someone who's not willing to do the work, be honest with themselves about something. Okay. The way that I hope you can see this and it's not just like on this end of the camera, but like look at the door. Like when I put this up, it adjusts to the light, right? Because the yellow is so bright so that it changes color, but I look foggy. It's almost like the light, the yellow, the sun, the brightness of you brought up triggers in them. So I don't know if you are more spiritual or more positive or naturally just like a light, but it brought up triggers in them. This was in reverse. Almost like they are not worthy. They don't feel like your light shone directly on their triggers, on their traumas, on the things that they need to face and heal through, but they're avoiding it with the 4 of Swords in reverse. This is like a rest between battles. It doesn't feel like they're resting. It feels like they're kind of they're just going. They're just going to keep going. They're why though? What's going on? Tell me more about this. Are they just avoiding it? Okay. Oh, they may not be able to be vulnerable. All right, guys, we're talking about avoidance, aren't we? It's like, don't touch the lava. Like, look at his feet, like on these pentacles here. Like, I have to keep everything around about me like protected. I can't let anyone see me. I can't let anyone touch me emotionally. What's that about? Okay, so they were the one. They don't know what to do. So are they like pulling back and reappearing and pulling back and reappearing? This doesn't feel malicious, does it? Hang on. They feel kind of stubborn and childlike, this person. they feel like they don't know what they want, but they don't want to lose you. So they're kind of just like keeping you there because they know that they want you around, but they don't want to like commit fully. Oh God. Tell me more. They may be a doctor. Someone with horses. Come on, 2 more cards. Tell me more about this. Let's do one more. Okay. Okay, this might be a really, okay, yeah. They're not, King of Cups in reverse. They're someone who is not able to be vulnerable, to be open, to share their emotions, to share what they're going through. They struggle with the vulnerability, the being seen. This is so random, but it's almost like they might dress in a way that doesn't actually match their internal world. What does that mean? Like they may wear like lavish, fun outfits, but they're actually really insecure. Or they may, does that make sense? Like there's something that doesn't actually match. You are getting the 4 of Wands. This is the tough connection. And no, you're not crazy. If this feels like, why can't I let this person go? Why can't I move on? Like, what is this tie I have to them? Soul connections like this are challenging. That's part of the battle, but they're here for a reason. Okay, so let's get you some more. What's going on here? They might be a Pisces. I'm seeing roses and Beauty and the Beast. Someone may have a tattoo of a skull on their body, or like the Grim Reaper. And what is it with the snail? It's like you come from 2 different backgrounds, 2 different lives. Different upbringings, different cities, different countries. Something's different. Different cultures. Okay. So what's this all about then? Why are they pulling back? Why are they pulling away? Why are they disappearing? Tell me about the inner world of this person. Tell me about their inner world. Okay, they grew up in a way where they had to show up how they thought their parents wanted them to. You know, like they played football because their dad wanted them to. They had to do really well in school because they thought that that's how they got love or something. Like they learned young to wear a mask, and now that they're older, they don't know anything but that. Okay. So they may be like going to rock bottom. I just saw the 10 of Swords. Okay. What's going on in their inner world? What's really going on in their inner world? Okay, well, we have the Avoidant card. Oh, okay. So they don't have Magician in reverse. They don't have a strong belief in themselves. There's something, they might even be like charismatic and charming and outgoing and exuberant and joyful and, you know, have a lot of friends, but they don't truly believe in themselves. They don't feel grounded internally either. It's like if someone offered them a new job, they would be like, I don't think I can do that. That's way out of my like comfort zone. No, thank you. Like there's really a lack of belief in themselves, but they're holding back with love too. Tell me more about their internal world. Why do they not believe in themselves? Why do they not believe in themselves? Okay, they've had conflicting. Okay, it's like what they wanted wasn't what they were allowed to go for. Maybe they were like, I want to be an artist, Mom. And they were like, you know, their mom was like, no, you have to get a real job or whatever, right? So they had to like pivot. So they've never really been able to discover who they truly are. And then maybe now that they're friends, they've been friends with forever, know them as this specific version of themselves. And so it's like, how could I change that? This is just how everyone sees me. This is who I am. How am I supposed to change that? That's interesting. There's an imbalance between the head and the heart, what they actually want versus what they think they're supposed to do. But again, with the Four of Swords in reverse, they're not pausing to kind of face this or recognize this. Tell me more about their internal world. Again, not making decisions. It feels now like not making decisions for themselves. Like they're living for other people. But it's all about like image. Yeah, Two of Wands in reverse. Like they don't think that they can do whatever they want. They truly don't think. That's like a genuine belief inside of them, is they cannot be who you expect them to be or who you want them to be. Like they're truly in their minds are like, you see me, why do you think I'm great? I'm not good enough to be the person you think I can be. That's tough. So they grew up with this. They grew up with this kind of like disbelief in themselves. They grew up without being able to show the emotions. King of Cups. They grew up without, like a safe space to be vulnerable. Sure. Two more. Tell me about their internal world. Oh, yeah, they've kept themselves stuck here their whole lives. That's what they're used to. Okay, so what does that mean for you, though? Okay, so what about our beautiful viewer? What about our viewer? What about our viewer? Okay, well, you may be hurting about all of this. Let's do one more shuffle. Yeah, past life connection. Tough, tough, tough. I'm just feeling like let me see. What is that anger in you? It's like a frustration within this person. Like, why don't you believe in yourself? Why don't you think that you like it's almost like you're like, stop ruining this. Like, stop sabotaging this. Stop tearing us apart. Like, if you would just believe in yourself, like all of our issues would go away. Like this would be fine. There's a real frustration within you. So then what are you going through? What are you going through? What else? I think you're starting to see clearly. Clarity. Ace of Swords. What are you seeing clearly? That they're going to keep leaving you. They're going to keep disappearing. They're going to keep walking away. They're going to keep leaving you with this heartbreak, with this pain, questioning yourself, your worth. They're not going to give you any emotional explanation. You're just hurting. They don't know how to hold your emotion. They don't know how to hold, and you probably feel like you're too much, and that's not it. That's not it. They just don't know how to hold it. So now you're juggling the decision. What do I do? What do I do? Do I stay? Do I go? Can I trust this person? I have chills. There's something you're avoiding too, though. What's that about? I don't know why that just came out. Okay, we have the Hermit and the Devil in reverse. I want to know what's going on here. Tell me more about you. Your inner world feels so conflicted, full of there's confusion, there's pain, there's they're pulling away, they're leaving. There are triggers that they're bringing up within you, okay? You both were triggering each other. So what were those things that you're not seeing? The light, they're shining that light on your triggers, your traumas that you need to heal through. There's something about you and either your friends or family, like, have your friends told you to like get out? Have your friends, family members told you to like let this person go and you're like fighting them off? Like, no, I can't let this person go. Stop saying that to me. 3 more. You're not willing to choose you right now. You're wow, that's an interesting download. It's like you're only willing to see the pain of it all, not the gift of them leaving. That's tough to hear. What does that mean? Does that mean you should be walking away? What is this? One more here. The Chariot. Moving forward with determination. Okay, let's get you advice. My heart is hurting for you. For some of you, this feels like a twin flame. It's like, how do you let them go? How do you let that go? This is a love that's like you've never felt before. Okay, advice for you. What do you need to hear? What do you need to know? Okay. You need to have a real conversation, either with them or with yourself. There's something real and hard that you need to face. Tell me more. Okay, you need to rebuild. There's something that's been shaken in you, shaken in your foundation. It honestly feels like you took bricks out of your own foundation and like gave them to them so that they could build, but then you're left rocky. It's like you're giving too much of yourself. Again with this, like feeling so, like, are you beating yourself up? Are you blaming yourself for all of this and not seeing like their part that they played too? You know, there's 2 of you in this connection. Yeah, it's like you love them so much. You want this to be like, it almost would feel like a betrayal. You're afraid that you would be betraying them if you walked away. Like, is that the right thing to do? Focusing on, well, celebrating yourself, how far you've come. Yeah, it's like a big reminder to not lose everything that's great about you. Like all of the things you believed in yourself, like before you even met this person, like don't change all of those things, about, like beliefs about yourself now that they're like walking away. It's like you're letting them dim your light. You're letting them take the bricks that you gave and just leaving you there. It's 2333 on the timer. Okay. So let's do the hard truth. Let's give it to them. Advice. Ooh, that was tough. Okay. Here's the download. How long are you willing to wait? This is so hard. I'm so sorry. How long are you willing to wait before your fantasy comes true? It's like, it's another way of saying like, you're waiting for a reality that will not come. Like that's the hard, what feels like the Queen of Swords. Like, it's like you're waiting for them to like wake up and realize how amazing you are. But how long are you willing to wait if that will never happen? Come on. Not a fun reading, I'll say that. Okay, so what do you need to hear then? What do you, like, is there, okay, is there any chance for this? Is there any chance for this to work? I'm hearing don't say there is, Christina, because then they'll wait. And if so, the only way that there's a chance for this to work is if you both completely separate, heal, do your things, live your lives, go through all the things, all those traumas that came up, triggers, heal through them. You have to do it like with the intention of healing fully. That's the only way this connection would work in the future. It's the only way. It's like you have to let them go. It's like that saying, like, if it's meant to be, let them go and they'll come back, or whatever it is, right? That's the only way, because if you keep holding on, then you're not shifting. Your energy is still on them and not on you. And you need all of that. You need all of your full energy to rebuild your foundation, to become who you're meant to be or need to be. And they need to become who they need to be if it's ever going to work. I want to give you the biggest hug ever. I'm so sorry this reading's not fun. Remember, this is just a general reading. This will not be for everyone. If you need more specifics, we can always dive into your story, of course. Let's finish with an animal card. I just want to finish with something that's, I don't know, helpful. Okay, bee, like a bumblebee, wasp. Peacock, vibrancy. Look at that. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. I just need you to soak that in. Like, I really just want you to feel into that. You were born to shine and inspire. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. Find you again. I love you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.